Hello, America, and welcome to another presentation of Under the Macroscope. Today, I want us to look at Black Americans and the national education dilemma that we're now experiencing. There's a lot of discussion being given to how Black children are being shortchanged in American schools, and much of what you hear is true. But let's take a moment to look seriously at how the Black household is contributing to this dilemma. There is a Mackin proverb that says, "We will never see the beauty that is for us until we confront and conquer the ugliness that is in us." There is some ugliness in us that if we don't get rid of it, even if all of the things that appear to be stacked against us are changed to benefit us, we will still not succeed. We must take an open and honest look at what we are doing to ourselves before we begin to complain about what someone else is doing to us. We are choosing to degrade and disgrace ourselves by the lifestyles that we choose. I know, so many of us want to cry that our plight was put upon us by the system. We can't rise out of poverty and things are just too hard for us to do any better. Being materially poor does not automatically mean you also have to be void of righteous integrity and decency. It does not mean that you have to sell your soul, that you can look in your minds like you've made it. There was a time when being upright really meant something to us. I remember older people who could not read their own names if you put it in front of them in 12-inch letters, telling young Black children, "Get your education. No one can take that away from you." We listened to them. We believed them. But today, in these modern times, that inspirational flame seems to have burned out, even in the homes of countless Black children, as well as some others. You're probably asking, what does the breakdown of the Black family have to do with education? In a word, for us, everything. Bringing a child from a severely broken household into a severely broken school system is destined to negatively impact that child's learning experiences, regardless of ethnicity. That being said, all of our children are being shortchanged, not just Black children and other non-whites and poor whites. How can that be? How did our education system become that broken? The simplest answer lies within the fact that quality education has never really been a top priority in America. You can disagree with me and argue all day long, but the facts are undeniable. But facts don't seem to matter nowadays. There's a Mackin proverb that says people cannot see reality because that's not what they're looking for. Just look at how teachers are being robbed of a decent living. Legislatures are refusing to increase teachers' salaries because the people who continuously elect these legislators don't want teachers to earn a decent living. That is true. We see the evidence right now. People of this persuasion are too stupid to recognize the tremendous urgency in properly educating our children, who will, by the way, soon be running our country. These people obviously agree with the brain-dead assertion that anybody can teach. As I have said so many times, teaching is a calling. You don't just wake up one morning and decide, I think I'll start teaching. Every child deserves a called teacher in every classroom. People who, as a result of their calling, know how to reach into a child and help that child discover the good that God Almighty has placed inside them and show them how to maximize their gifts for the benefit of mankind. In North Carolina, an A-certified first-year teacher's salary is approximately $35,000 per year. That is poverty wage for a college graduate who spent 4 years and somewhere between $30,000 to $60,000 for an education. That is a despicable disgrace, and only an idiot of the worst sort believes otherwise. Teaching is a profession, although it is not regarded as one. When educators ask for better wages, legislatures and their kind respond by showing educators that their work is not really that important. These are some of the lies that are told to teachers as excuses for not increasing their pay. 1, you get summers off. 2, you work shorter days than other people. 3, and again, anybody can teach. First of all, most teachers work 9 to 12 hours per day, Monday through Friday, and portions of their weekends. Having been in the classroom myself, I know that to be true for most of the educators that I've worked with. When they leave their classrooms, they carry work home with them that they can only get to after their own families have gone to bed. When they do special projects to enhance their students' learning experiences, more often than not, they have to buy the materials out of their peanut wages. During the summer months, teachers either teach summer school or find other part-time employment or both because their living expenses do not take summer breaks. Our most horrific dilemma right now is being played out in the fact that called teachers are retiring and others are leaving because they're tired of fighting for what they have already earned and are not getting. In order to replace them, we're getting drug dealers, drug addicts, and pedophiles in the classrooms with our children. And that seems to be just fine with the general public because they keep sending the same legislators back to office each time they run. Now, we're hearing that qualifications for certification for teachers and substitutes are being watered down just to have bodies in the classrooms. How are our children supposed to prepare for life when the people who are supposed to be preparing them are not qualified to do so? By that standard, I suppose that it would be all right for your plumber to give you your next colonoscopy. After all, he does know something about pipes. You laugh, but that is no more ridiculous than what our school systems are proposing for our children. When you really think about it, the TikTok game that children are playing, called Slap a Teacher, is not new. They're just following their parents and legislators who have been slapping teachers for over 50 years. We can fix all of this foolishness right now. Just pay called teachers what they should be getting, and more of them will come in and stay in the profession. That's what our children need and deserve. I know you're telling the general public that average salary for teachers is $50,000 per year. When you ask, the ignorant general public thinks that that means all teachers are making $50,000 per year. You know that's a lie, but you're not trying to fix it because you thrive on the ignorance of the public. And from what I've seen, they are giving you that ignorance by the bucket. The reason that there is a $50,000 average, if $50,000 really is the average, is borne out in the fact that someone stayed in the profession long enough, over 35 to 40 years, to reach $65,000 per year. When you add that to the beginning teacher's salary of $35,000 and divide by 2, you get the quote average of $50,000. Make the starting salary $50,000 per year so that we can get the people that our children deserve back into the classrooms for our children's sake. If we fail to do that right away, then we are making it easier for a foreign power to come in and take over our country. If legislators can propose bills that will put money into their pockets for attracting industry to the state, we can give our teachers salaries that will help to protect our nation's future. A future, by the way, that rests squarely on the shoulders of our children. Just another Mackian observation. Thanks for listening. Follow me on Facebook at Under the Mackroscope. You may also follow me on YouTube at Mackray, Mackmcrae. Please subscribe. And if you wish, you can make a contribution of your choosing by using the application on the screen. See you next time. And remember, under the macroscope, we take a closer look.